Hi and good evening everyone. Today is Sunday, January 26, 2013, and I'm about to tell you what's going to happen over the next few weeks. Weather-wise, of course. For those of you who know weather, we are right now in a positive NAO, or neutral NAO, going into a positive. NAO stands for North Atlantic Oscillation. When the NAO is neutral or negative, that could spell trouble for large nor'easters and winter storms along the East Coast. And because of the blocking pattern, the NAO, what it does is say this piece of paper here is Greenland, and there's a high pressure system here, right here, and storms usually go directly east, like this. But they're blocked, and they have to slow down and right up the East Coast to go over that ridge, and to go into Canada like this. New York City's like here, Canada's like here. Newfoundland is like here, Greenland's way up here. So the high is like way off there. But that causes the storm to back in because the trough is so deep that it becomes negatively inverted. And that causes storms, then right up the East Coast, and then back into Labrador. And that is also bad, because it reduces the sea ice extent over eastern Canada, and it also led to the record ice extent, low ice extent, in January of 2011. This year, we're thankfully not having that, and actually there's lots of sea ice in eastern Labrador right now. Hopefully it stays that way. But I checked the models, and it doesn't look good for Newfoundland. Sea ice might start going down again as the NAO, even though it's going to be positive, there's going to be a storm that's going to back into Greenland. And Newfoundland, I mean, and that could hamper some of the sea ice development temporarily, but most of all, it's not going to be that way. It's going to be very cold in Newfoundland, and that could thankfully inhibit or help the ice growth. Now we're moving on to the PNA, or the Pacific North American pattern. The PNA has been largely neutral, and now it's going positive. For snow lovers in the Northeast, that is a delight. A delight. But strangely, a lot of the Northeast got snow. But New York City ain't so lucky. We got mist to the east, to the south, to the west, and to the north. Why? I think it's karma. Here's why. Because in November of 2012, we got 1.5 feet of snow in my area. And I think that Mother Nature's trying to balance out who didn't get snow and who got snow. And I'm hoping once everyone gets their fair share of snow, everyone is going to get a blizzard. No, that's not how it works, unfortunately. The reason we didn't get snow the first time, after Winter Storm Athena hit in November 7, 2012, is because there was too much warm air backing from the easterly winds coming in towards from the Long Island Sound and from the Atlantic Ocean. And, well, in New Jersey, there's not as much influence from the ocean, so they got more snow. That happened several times already. During the last winter storm, we were supposed to get 3 to 6 inches, one of the winter storms. And I was kind of being pessimistic. I was in a bad mood, so I predicted we're going to get mostly rain. And wouldn't you believe it, we got rain. I was thinking, I could predict the future. No. I had a feeling that the warm air off the ocean is going to work into the storm. It's going to prohibit the snowfall. And I was right. Newark, New Jersey got like 2 or 3 inches. My neighborhood, New York City, not even a dusting. I checked the report from Central Park. It was snow the whole time. Where I was, it was all rain. And just yesterday, there was a GFS forecast saying of a potential potent winter storm hitting the Mid-Atlantic and parts of New York City. I said it's going to hit the Delmarva, not New Jersey. And I was right. The latest model I checked changed to my scenario, saying it's going to hit the Delmarva. Well, and I checked the GFS forecast 10 days out. They're showing another clipper system, much more potent, creating a good 3 to 6 inch swath into New York City. That ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. The GFS is going to change to what I'm thinking is going to happen, because I have a better understanding of what's going on with the patterns right now. Well, what I think is going to happen, and no, I did not go to college studying this. I self-tutored myself. I'm going to college in a few months. It's a very good chance once I graduate, yeah, whatever. But what's going to happen is the GFS is going to continue forecasting the storm for the 5th or 6th of February. What I think is going to happen, there's two scenarios that I'm going to come up with. Scenario number one is it's going to become a major nor'easter. I think there's a possibility of that. I don't think it's going to continue be a little clipper system that's going to come off the Jersey coast. I think this storm is going to be a big one, especially for southern New Jersey, Long Island, and eastern New England. Scenario number two, it's going to do nothing. It's not going to be a clipper system. It's going to be big storm or nothing. And even if it is going to be nothing, the places that are going to get the storm are going to be Southern Virginia, Northern North Carolina. That's it. The two scenarios either include an all-out blizzard for the East Coast or nothing. The GFS is forecasting in the middle. I'm hoping it's going to be scenario number one and we're going to get the big blizzard. There is a possibility of that because I checked if there's going to be a good trough setting up because of the very negative Arctic oscillation or AO. And that's going to cause a big storm and also there'll be a combination of positive PNA, which brings in Pacific moisture. So we're going to have this trough. So New York City's like here, and that could make the storm go up the coast. But there's also a chance that it could be flatlined because the NAO is positive, and that might just make us get nothing out of it, or just a few flurries. Well, and what about looking? The GFS cannot look out 30 days from now. But I'll tell you, towards the very end of February, closer to March, I think we're around President's Day. I'm expecting a big, big storm. Not 6, not 12 inches. Around President's Day, Monday, I think we're going to get a 2-foot blizzard on the East Coast. Where exactly? Perhaps North Carolina. I think New York City is going to get hit. Here's why. The NAO, which is going to go positive, is going to start tilting negative. The PNA is going to remain positive, and the AO is going to be negative. All perfect scenarios for a big storm. But if the AO is too negative, that could make the trough so deep that it's going to shoot the storm off the coast. That's still a possibility. But if the AO is negative but not too negative, it's going to create a perfect trough in which the storm is going to ride up and up off the coast, but go up in such a way with the Greenland blocking in place that the storm is going to ride up slowly. And it's going to create a good path of snow into New York. See, New York is here. Boston's here, Portland, and Caribou, Maine. And all these areas in between, Providence, Hartford, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, they're going to get dumped with snow. President's Day, on the week of President's Day, I think we're going to get a big, big blizzard. How much? 18 to 24 with some isolated amounts up to 3 feet if there's a good fluff factor, which means high snowfall to water ratio. That's like 1 inch of rain usually equals 10 inches of snow, but if we get enough cold air in there, it could be 1 inch of rain equals 15 to 20 inches of snow. And that would make the snow pile up very quick and accumulate much faster. Why? Because when the snow is wet, it's very compact, as if you're squishing it. But when the snow is dry, there's more air molecules in there. The snow has more space, so there's more space, and that causes and fluffy snow takes up more space than the compact snow. But it's all matters in temperatures. If temperatures are going to be in the 30s, you're going to have a compact wet snow, and it won't accumulate as much as if it were fluffy. The fluffy snow is better. First of all, it accumulates more, doesn't cause power outages, and it's easier to shovel. Wet snow, but there's one positive to the wet snow: good snowballs. Fluffy snow, you can't make good snowballs out of it. The last storm we had was fluffy, but we only got 1 inch. And actually, the GFS forecast is 6 to 12. And I, at that time, also thought we were going to get 6 to 12. But you can't always trust one model. There's the European Center for Mid-Range Weather Forecast, or ECMWF. There's a North American model. There's the There's many other models. There's a UK meteorological, there's a Canadian, there's so many other models. There's like hundreds of models almost. There's countless. Especially these, and when you look at an ensemble, they're called spaghetti plots for a reason. Because they're like spaghetti. They're all over the place. They go this way, this way, this way. Well, not that bad, but like one model may take it here, one storm may go like this, one storm may go like this. It's a whole mess. And what you have to do is track the middle, the average. When Sandy was coming up the coast, I knew it was going to hit New York City. Even a week and a half before it hit, even before it formed, I knew Sandy was going to devastate the East Coast. I just didn't know exactly where it's going to hit. The first model had it going up to New England, the GFS. The GFS is the first model that hinted on this, that I was aware of. The GFS, like 10 days, even before Sandy became a depression. This is even before they were even talking about the storm. And I knew something big was going to happen. I knew that Sandy, or what was going to become Sandy, was going to do something huge. And I was already calling up my friends at Blue Hills Observatory, my coworkers, because I used to work there, and I told them that this thing might happen. They said there's a chance it might not, but this was still before it was worked out. This was like 10 days or 8 days before it happened. And then, unfortunately, it became pretty clear and it happened. And I made a video. I don't know if I posted it to YouTube. I should have. I was getting all excited about the storm and showing how it's going to hit New Jersey. It was like 3 or 4 days before it happened. But I just didn't want to post it because I thought I'd be like, I don't want to like make people like think I like hurricanes, because I actually don't. My favorite type of weather is snowfalls. Well, I all hope you had a good winter, and may we get dumped with snow. I love snow. I also love summer because my birthday's in summer, but my favorite type of weather is snow. Because snow is white, snow also forms around dust particles, which takes pollution out of the air. Actually, when it snows, that's when the air is the cleanest. And I suffer from asthma, so snowy weather is good for my health. Well, all you have a good day, and enjoy yourselves, please. Take your friends out shopping, do whatever you like to do, and just have an awesome, awesome time.